Hello, everybody. I was kind of ready, but I hope you're all very well. This is going to be your tarot oracle card because I'll probably do a little bit of that as well, reading, and I'm going to do it with all signs. So each individual sign, I'm going to go from Aries all the way to Pisces, and we're going to do a card, maybe two, for each one. So stick around and we'll have a look and see what information comes through for you. Like I say, I wasn't quite ready with the layout and I don't have a candle, as you may see. So I'm just going to bear with me while I put some candles on and some. I'm going to do this one here. This is quite a nice candle. The people who made that candle actually don't make them anymore. So that's kind of annoying because I love their candles. But anyway, so yeah, like I say, this is going to be for all signs. I'm going to go, like I say, from Aries all the way to Pisces. I'm going to be using Nature's Whispers, and I'm going to be using a card from the Taramuka. I may at some point do Whispering Woods as well. But let's get settled, let's get ready. As soon as this is uploaded fully, I will put all the times down. But for those of you who are joining me live, thank you. Feel free to ask any questions about your signs, or feel free to, engage with me and just to kind of let me know how you're getting on, really. So I'm just going to start shuffling the Taramuka. I'll try and do it in front of camera, but it is kind of difficult when I'm behind it. Alrighty. Let's see. I'm just going to do one card. Okay, that's for Aries. So we'll start with Aries energy. Happy birthday to those of you who have your birthday in Aries. I hope everything's been going well for you and that Mercury retrograde hasn't been too bad. So Aries, what's your card? Hierophant. Okay, this is interesting. So the Hierophant to me brings through introspection and searching, and that feeling of, yes, there may be some conformity somewhere going on, but ultimately there's a lot of structure. And I feel that in places you may be rebelling against this structure, and I think that for some of you it could be that your faith is being called into question in some elements. A lot of you, I feel, have been a little bit of soul searching recently. Maybe you've been looking at other things, other directions where you want to go. Your emotions may have been up and down as side to side and you didn't know where to go with it. Ultimately, I believe that you are going into a system. You're going into a group identification. You're looking into certain things that are developing your mind, your spirit, taking you in a certain direction, giving you a feeling of completion, and also some belief in yourself. If you have to believe in anything, believe in yourself, believe in your control, believe in your skills and your humility and your emotion. You don't have to make compromises, Aries. You don't have to go above and beyond to prove yourself worthy to people who doubt you. You know what I mean? So I feel like if you just proved yourself, maybe you wouldn't have people bowing at your feet. But if you wanted to make that statement, if you wanted to make yourself known and have that incredible authenticity and feel that, I am Aries, hear me roar, which obviously I think you have the power to do. There's going to be so much more that you can develop and learn and love for yourself as well. So I honestly believe this is coming forward for you in a very helpful role, I think, for this week. And I do believe as well that there could be some, some conformity occasionally. We are now out of Mercury retrograde, thank the universe. But I do feel that something that you learned during last Mercury retrograde, that's now coming to fruition. So, celebrate differences. We don't see this often enough. I'm not going to lie, we do not see this often enough. We do not celebrate our differences, enough. It's kind of say opposites attract. So it could be at some point this week, Aries, you actually thrust together with somebody else, or you have to talk to somebody else. And they don't really blend with you very well. Maybe because they like something stupid, like they like vanilla, but you like Rocky Road, or something like that. And you feel that they're kind of boring or off base with you, or, you know, you're not really into them. That's fine, you don't have to be. But on many different levels, I feel this is coming forward to say, Aries, you have a connection here. You have an ability to move forward and be who you've always wanted to be. So there could be a feeling of nostalgia coming in. There could also be this, you know, how you were years ago. You were totally different to where you are now. And it could be that people are seeing you in a different way. I get a lot of Piscean energy from this, actually, and Piscean and Aquarian. So maybe you'll look into a Piscean and Aquarian this week and going, oh, you're a bit odd. Great. Take a leaf out of their book. Be a little bit odd this week. Do what you need to do to control, well, not control, but to enforce the belief in yourself. You are individual and you are unique, Aries. And this is the week to get that flow going for your unique ability. So, thank you very much, Aries. If you want to continue watching for other signs, your rising, your moon, feel free. Otherwise, I'm going on to Taurus. So, my darling Taurus. I'm just going to, again, I'll do it in front of the camera, hopefully, and see what we're going on with. Taurus, your cards coming through. There we go. And I'm just going to do a Nature's Whispers Oracle deck. One thing I will mention as well is that you can look at this or look at these readings for your friends and family. Ooh, okay, so you have Judgment. 2 major arcana so far. This is really interesting. So we have going forwards is a sense of belief again, but this is a different flavor. This is more like rebirth, inner calling. It's finding out your soul purpose. Some people may feel that you're too plain. I personally do not. But I do believe that there's a sensibility about you that absolutely the world needs. Maybe you have been told too often during Mercury retrograde that you are not enough, or that something about you is lacking, or something is not what they want. And the fact that you maybe conform to the rules, or the fact that you are very in tune with yourself, or that you are going forwards in a sense of purpose and stride and obeying the laws and obeying the rules, doing things by the best way that you know how. Sometimes this can really get on other people's nerves because they don't have the discipline that you have, they don't have the tenacity that you have. And I believe that this is the first step of causing people to shrink inwards. And maybe you have shrunk inwards during Mercury retrograde. Maybe there was something that you weren't feeling very ready to do. This is coming through to say you should feel ready now. This is your rebirth. This is your absolution. You're standing up to the oppressive forces that maybe have sought to shove you down a little bit. This is your call to action. Rise up, Taurus. You're going to get things going. You're going to get things moving. Believe in yourself. Don't wither away. Don't hide yourself. Be free and be you. Ooh, there's a potential coming in here. I might just change up this layout a little bit, but there is definitely a new beginning coming in here for you guys, and I think that this is going to be something for all Taurus, whether you're rising, moon, or sun, but there's definitely this potential for you to evolve and see things from another perspective. So inside of everybody there is another higher self, and I feel that you're touching upon that this week. It could even be through meditation, prayer, ritual, whatever makes sense for you. Some sort of connectivity and blessing, I feel, is really coming forwards for you here. Describe to me that this could be an individual in particular. So it could be a boss, a friend, a family member, somebody you even pass in the street, a neighbour. It could be somebody that has sought to actually suppress you, and I do believe that this is now changing. If you hear purring, by the way, that isn't me. That's my cat who's just decided to come in. But I do feel like you are sort of making headway now on the changes that you wanted to see. And again, I believe in many different ways you are going to seek the truth on a higher level than maybe you did before. But I hope that really helps you, Taurus. Thank you so much for being with me. I'm looking forward to seeing what else comes through for you. But we're just going to move on to Gemini now and see what Gemini has to say. Again, if you want to have a look at your sun, moon, rising, feel free to do so. Hello, Champagne, what a name. I love that name. Again, feel free to interact with me. I'm absolutely here to answer your questions as well as do these readings for you. So this is Gemini. Alright. And I'm just going to do... You came on at the right time. Alrighty then. This is Gemini reading for the week ahead. And like I say, you can be here. I just looked at the clock and it said 11:11. You can be here for yourself or for others. Ooh. Alright. So, Gemini, what's keeping you awake at night? Is it just insomnia? Or underlying, is there a health condition? Is there anxiety? Some kind of despair? What's going on with you? I feel like there's something not quite balanced. You're worried about something. Now, I don't know whether this is just a feeling of anticipations to what's coming in the year. We're still very early on in the year, so it might just be residual energy from Mercury retrograde having a little bit of an oopsie and making your life a little bit more miserable. Or it could just be a sense of anticipation as to what the future may bring. I feel for some of you this is mentally exhausting times, and for some of you it's emotionally exhausting. So it could just be that you're trying too hard to push in a certain direction when what you need to do is stay back and listen. Listen to yourself, manifest, journal, make sure that you're taking note of what your body wants and what you yourself want. Because if you don't, then it's going to go and bite you on the bottom, unfortunately. I do feel that your belief in yourself and your establishment and your wealth and your gratitude is taking a beating recently. So maybe this is something to do with, I've got a big presentation coming up or something like that. Try and evolve yourself, lift yourself a little bit more for this week, because I don't think that you need to be, I don't think that you need to be too hard on yourself. Now, you have the 9 here, really strong card for, mental anxiety, but the one before is swords with the person with the blindfold on. And here we have somebody with a blindfold on. So clear out the old brings in a very particular energy. And this is saying that your fears that have gone by, anything you experienced in March, get rid of it. If it's not serving you, get rid of it. Especially if it's something to do with how you feel in yourself. And it's kind of, I'm energy, I'm not worth this, I'm not worth that. Get rid of that. But I feel a lot of you are going to want to be focused on romance. I'm very drawn to this rose here. So it could be something to do with romance. Again, similar to Taurus, there's a key here. There's a doorway inside yourself. I feel like this is coming through to lift you. You do have a lot of wisdom coming in, but I just think you need to blow some of the cobwebs away. Just blow it away. You can't carry the past with you always. There is no possible way that you can do that. What you can do is learn from it and take the knowledge from the experience, but don't take the baggage from the experiences. That'll just weigh you down. So if there's anything that you're worried about this week, blow that away and make sure that you're focusing forwards, not behind. And that's the best advice I can give you, Gemini. Also, I feel like you need to communicate a little bit more, but that can sometimes be a Gemini thing. But thank you for being with me. I'm going to move on now to Cancer. And again, you can look at yourself or other people. Let's have a look and see what Cancer has to bring forwards. All right. Okay, the Hanged Man. Ooh. Again, another major arcana for you. So this could be a need of letting go, a role reversal going on in your life recently, a suspension, where you literally have to hold fire for a week. It could be that you are trying to figure out some of the final details of something before you move on, which can be very productive and progressive and give you this sense of ability and wanting to move forwards and brighten somebody's day. But at the same time, I feel like this is kind of allowing you to explore different options, your creativity. Maybe there's something that you set into motion you didn't mean to, but you're kind of standing by, not able to progress or not able to do much because it's not the right time to do it. You just need to move forwards a little bit at a time. I just want to see what this is. Oh, so you have, essentially, you have 2 3 cards. Hi, Di. Or Dal, I can't quite see the name there, but hello, welcome. So you have 2 3 cards. Whoops. The Hangman is a 12, and Expansion is a 12. Together, they are 3. So this means the fact that you have communication, creativity, more selfish week ahead. Looking at what do I want? Keep asking that question. What do I want? What do I want to accomplish? There is no limit as to the possibilities your mind can bring. So maybe while you feel physically stuck, mentally you're not going to be, emotionally you're not going to be, you're actually going to be expanding. I suppose taking a turn for this, but you are going to be expanding, reaching out, searching your horizons. I feel like this is more spiritually as well and emotionally, that you're actually going to search yourself and your inner being in order to find somewhere beautiful or find someone beautiful and a direction that feels right to you. Because while you are stuck in the physical, you don't necessarily have to be stuck in the spiritual. So that's where some water signs really get going. Like, some of the water signs are incredibly psychic. In fact, all of them are. And I feel like this is going to be a deliverance for you. This is going to set you forwards. This is going to really set a path for you and give you this feeling of accomplishment. Because while you may be sitting in a meeting going, yes, sir, no, sir, or, you know, talking to your family going, yes, of course, I took the bins out, or, you know, whatever. Mentally, you're playing something. You're playing a harp, you're learning a new skill, you're reaching out to your higher self. There's so many possibilities that you're doing this week, Cancerians, and I think this is really going to help you. But let me know how things go for you. And I'm going to move on now to Leo. As always, you can get a reading with me. And I'm actually doing something new. I'm doing phone readings now, wherever you are in the world. So if you do want a phone reading with myself, oops, this could work for you if you like. Right, this is for Leo, my darling beautiful Leos. Also, I don't have the description box filled out, but if you do want a reading from me, it's lorientarot@gmail.com. At the end of this reading, when it's uploaded, I will put all the links that you need to get in touch with me down there. So Leos, with you. Ooh, Page Pentacles. I don't know why I said it like that. Let's have a think of what's going on for you, because as far as I can feel from you, I get the impression that this is manifestation. This is you developing something. All right. Money is going to be number one focus this week. I feel a lot that you have a great sensibility about you. You have purpose and drive this week. So much drive. There's also a feeling of completion of an old task, and you're moving towards something else. And there's going to be a feeling of deliverance, a feeling of beauty and truth. I feel that coming through very well. There's messages about your work, play, being at home, being away, that feeling of, you know, I want to go here. You're making basically, it looks like a 5-year plan. You know what I mean? You're making a 5-year plan or something even longer. It's so intricate and it is so beautiful, the energy that I'm getting from this card. you're not quite there yet. This is the start of it. This is kind of like the seed of an idea that you've plucked out of your mind's eye and you're going to work towards it. It's kind of like if you said to a friend what you're doing, they'd probably go, woohoo, finally, you're finally doing this. You're finally going on with this. So, Leo, I do feel that you're on the right track there. Ooh, gratitude and appreciation. Oh, I love that card. So yeah, it could be that you feel like you've been chasing a unicorn and finally you get your unicorn. Ooh, for some of you, this could be interest because the Leo that I know, who's my best friend, she is she really does want a relationship. I think she's meant to be in one, but her luck with men have not been smooth at all. So it could be that you're just gratitude and appreciation is directed towards the universe for bringing you closer together with somebody. But I do feel that this is you getting in sync with something. This is you getting in sync with your soul purpose, your higher purpose, the way forwards, the transitions, the beauty, the way that you're going to be, and how you appreciate yourself. This, you need to appreciate yourself and be grateful for what you can accomplish. And I think it starts with yourself here. There's a lot of learning to love yourself in these readings that I'm noticing at the moment. Interesting. But that's all for Leo at the moment. Again, if you want to let me know how things go, please do let me know. Moving on to Virgo. I saw somebody ask for Taurus. I've already done Taurus, I'm afraid. Once it's uploaded, you can have a look back at that. But if there's somebody else, you know, there's maybe a Scorpio or Sagittarius coming up, they are on the way, as well as Pisces that I saw as well. But this next one is going to be for Virgo. Virgo, 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 Virgo. I'm just going to go straight out with it. Ooh. Who had that one? Was it Aries? I think it's Aries. So you're sharing something with Aries this time. Interesting. I'm just going to go straight out with this too. Boom. All right. Let love be your beacon. So with, I don't know why I said it in that voice, but there you go. So the Hierophant again comes up when it feels like there's a belief system that maybe you need to break or that you're adhering to that doesn't really serve you much anymore. I feel like a lot of you may need to just change the way that you're going about certain things, or alter things, or alter Hierophant. Never mind. I just laugh myself. I think that again, education could be coming in here. Maybe somebody that you thought was genuine is not, and somebody older, somebody more wise, somebody who's been there, seen that, done that, is there to guide you and advise you that all is not as it seems. But I do feel that this is you developing structure with your work, with your career, and the direction in where you want to go. But let love be your beacon, to me, symbolizes that I think you have to lead forwards with love. I think you have to lead this new path or the structure that you have. You know, for instance, if you enter into a new situation, if you see yourself moving forwards with love, if you feel like there's a work environment that's getting a little bit tense, just fill the space with, or your own aura with, just light, just love. Look at it very prominently, look at it very carefully. Imagine the light shining out of you, because I feel that your inner light will very much permit you to see the world with new eyes, and you're probably going to learn new things, because this is very much about education and learning and, you know, going through the motions sometimes. But I feel the majority of this, Virgo, is very much about how you can tune into your prosperity. So this week you may be learning a lot of new things. You could be learning a lot of new things about love and about what it means to you, and about how you want to be loved, or how you want to love yourself, or the structure of it, or something that you want to bring into your life. It could be very promising for you. But I do feel that you have a lot of things going on that maybe you need to just kind of refine within yourself and build that structure. Virgos tend to strive on structure and planning, so I'm fingers crossed that you're actually going to get things done very well this time. But let me just move on to Libra. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Let's have a look at what you're going to come through, Libra. Again, if you want to get a reading with me, it's lorientarot@gmail.com. Or if you're watching the playback of this, all the information as to how to get a reading with me is down below. So let me just see what else is coming in for you guys. Whoop, beautiful Libra. Something just flipped over, but I don't know where it is. I think it was this card. So let me have a look. Okie dokie. And Libra, you're being awkward today. You're going to come through the middle of the pack. So Libra. The Devil card. Okay. I think this is yin and yang, to be perfectly honest with you. To me, it feels a lot like the Devil card represents bondage, hopelessness, feeling of, focus on the material, focus on escapism. Maybe you have focused on drugs or junk food or something that's nice, things normally associated with Scorpio, to be honest, you may be looking at here, but I think this is coming through in the sense of if you feel bonded to something or you can't escape it or something that just feels like it's hopeless, look at it with a fresh approach. Look at it with this beautiful new sense of divine purpose and glory. So let's just cover that up. There you go. That's all you need, fresh approach. If you felt tired, if you felt like your head on a backslide, if you feel like you can't go forward, look at it from a different perspective. Look at new ways that you can deal with things. Look at different perspectives, basically. It could be that you just need to journal every day. Creative writing was in your monthly reading. So it could be that you have to start doing that this week. Start April with the way you mean it to go on, which is filling a journal with love and positive affirmations and being one with yourself. And I do believe that this is going to come forward with a sense of joy, because this is coming from her solar plexus. So this beautiful rainbow and this sense of well-being and this fresh approach that seems to come and unite you with the world rather than separate you from the world, like the Devil card indicates. It could be that it's kind of just step out of the box, try a new way of doing things. If you're being challenged, try something new. Look how to create magic in your world rather than submit to what the world order is. Create with the intention of happiness and wanting to connect. I mean, Libras, you get a bad representation because it does feel like, oh, you can never make a decision. You can never make a decision. And I think that that's coming forwards in this, that it's kind of a bit difficult, really. You may have a choice and you have an option as to how to go forwards and how to develop yourself. But thank you so much for joining me, Libra. If you'd like a reading, email me lorientarot@gmail.com. I'm also doing phone readings too. I did see a question just pop up, and it was about whether you're going somewhere. That would require a personal reading. So like I say, you can email me, lorientarot@gmail.com, for me to answer any of your questions about personal journeys, because this is just for the signs. So we're just going to have a look and see what each sign's coming through. And the next one is Scorpio. That's the card there. And the oracle card coming in is here. Alright, so what do we got? Ooh, Page of Cups and Make-A-Wish. Wow, okay. Well, I'm a Scorpio too, so this is good for me. Alright. Page of Cups brings messages. It's a very curious card. It's an energetic card, but it's also curious. And there may be a little bit of naivety going on. In fact, I do feel with both of these cards is kind of a naivety, but in a nice way. You know what I mean? It's a feeling of newness and refreshment. Scorpios can be so bogged down with the wisdom that we have. I mean, it could just be the fact that we sometimes see too much and learn too much because our curiosity and our deep sense of well-being and wanting to go into the dark corners of the psyche, we can learn too many things. We can observe too many things. People may not understand the honesty that we give other people. But I feel like you've got more of a Piscean, more of a lighter energy this week. It feels a lot like you have an enthusiasm for something. Like, I'm going to try this, or I'm going to do this and be one in my emotions, and it feels refreshed. And make a wish as well. It's kind of like a new beginning. You're saying, look, I've got an opportunity here. I want to see how this goes. I want to make this, I want to believe in this. I want to bring forwards this. When you're a kid and you have these and you pick up the dandelions and you blow the seeds and it's like, does he love me? Does he love me not? And stuff like that. Or you make a wish and stuff like that. It's kind of like this. Every thought you have of like, oh, I'm going to do something new, is one of these seeds. And they blow away, maybe in your subconscious and into the universe. So that may give you a direction. It may give you an answer. One of these seeds of a thought, of an intention, of a wish, it could come back to be fulfilled. So make sure that you set clear intentions this week about what you wish for in your life. I advise to Libra about journaling. I think it could be good for you too. You're being asked here, what do you want? What do you want in your emotions? At this moment, anything could be possible. So if you were going to wish for one thing, like, what would you wish for? It may be a case of divine timing. It may be something that, you've wanted for a while, but now's the time just to get serious about how you're going to manifest that. Don't expect it just to walk into your life. Actually do some groundwork in order to focus your intentions and bring this towards you. I think this is such a good connection here, and I do honestly believe that this is about synchronicity. This is about having that creative endeavor to try and find how making a wish can make it true. So this is about deliverance too. But thank you so much for joining me, Scorpio. I'm going to move on to Sagittarius now. Holy moly, almost done. Wow, it's actually been quite quick. So Sagittarius, what's coming up for you guys? Ooh, okay, so you have purpose coming through here. You have a strong sense of being. You're in motion. You have maybe some opinions. Sagittarius with an opinion? No. I do love you, really. Oh, you've got the same one as Scorpio. Wow, and I did shuffle. So again, oops. Bit of a whoopsie daisy there. But what's this giving you? What kind of energy is this giving you? How are you developing your manifestation? How are you building things for yourself? How are you looking at things? You could have had a plan and you're diving into this plan. Feel like, yes, I'm striding forwards, and you're very much going with haste towards this wish. I'm actually going to get the next one up as well. Oh yes, be true to your heart. Gosh darn it, Sagittarius. This is incredible energy for you. I feel like the messages that you maybe got in Mercury retrograde is bringing you forwards to a totally new direction that you maybe wished for, and now you're being true to your heart. You're being in with that 8 energy, that 8 energy of resources and things that you want being delivered to you and connections coming into you. A lot of the monthly readings said give your worries to the universe and let them take care of it. So it could be that you're making a wish this week and saying, universe, can you help me? And it's actually bringing in a kind of connection to you. This to me is very Sagittarius, actually, this imagery. I feel like you collect a lot of little wisdoms and a lot of little artifacts that you obviously as you go through life. And it could be that you're just trying to refine yourself and see which direction you want to go in with a certain project or with a certain person. But I do feel that you can't drag a direction that doesn't want to go, if that makes sense. You can't force yourself into a direction when you keep getting battered back. So it could be that you need to look at a solution that will change things for you and lead you somewhere different. But thank you for joining me, Sagittarius. I'm going to move on to Capricorn now. Do excuse me. Need a cup of tea after this. So we're moving on to Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know for the week ahead? Ooh, you've got the Lovers. I've always felt that the card in the Taramuka for the lovers is a little bit weird. Like, it's very Adam and Eve, but if it was in some apocalyptic sort of Game of Thronesy type weirdness, you know what I mean? It's very odd. So let's just see what's coming through for Capricorn. Oh, there we go. Winter is coming. Basically, this is a Gemini card, and this is very clear for you. I do believe that there is something with the lovers that comes through that gives you this feeling of relationship and personal belief and values and how you treat both sides of yourself, the masculine, the feminine, the divine. It could be that somebody is trying to control a relationship that you have, or trying to control how you deal with it. But it could even be your other partner, you know, trying to bind you to them or bind you to something, or the way in which you view relationships and the way in which you are in relationships seems to always make it one way. You know, it could be that the past relationships have all been the same, have all developed the same way. So what can you do to change that? Well, the reason is you need to have a clear endeavour. You need to refine what it is you want in love and relationships this week. It may be that you don't have a partner. It may be that you don't even want one. But I feel that something you truly desire and the commitment that you want, it may require a bigger deliverance from you. It could be physical, mental, emotional. But if you identify what your needs are at this time, either in a relationship or out of it on your own, commit to the goal. Be willing to put the time into yourself and your recovery and your emotional reality, basically. Because I do feel that once you decide and you give your best everything that you want to do, it will give you plenty of new opportunities for you to reach your goals, reach out to people, pay attention to the signs as well, because you will be assisted if you put in the work. You will be given the opportunity to develop and to grow. But I honestly believe that there's something coming through here that gives me a very strong 3 energy, and it does mean, again, be a bit selfish. Make sure that you're not overly compromising in relationships. You know, when if your partner says jump, you're not going, okay, how high? You know, make sure that you have clear intentions that what you are doing benefits you. But thank you very much for joining me today, Capricorn. If you like a private reading, all the information should be down below very shortly. I'm moving on now to Aquarius, and the one after this will be Pisces. So we're almost done now, guys. Alright, so the next one is going to be Aquarius. Let's see what's coming up for you, Aquarius, my beautifuls. Oh, you've got the Emperor. Very nice. Oops. I keep knocking this, I'm sorry. Oh, my magic is everywhere thing went. There we go. You can't quite see it, but I do love that candle. Alright, so Aquarius is coming through with, ooh, alright. Aren't you a fancy pants today, Aquarius? So the Emperor comes in with a sense of authority and regulation. I feel like you're learning something new this week. There could also be a general sense of well-being and rebirth, but in a very minor way. Even though it's a major arcana, I feel in my heart of hearts that this is something to do with your emotional life, with your home, with the structure of your home, you know, how late you're getting in from work, or your academia, what you've learned, if it's degree, if it's study, if it's something, because these are normally involved with education, can be a Taurus. A lot of the times I feel like the Tauruses of the world do end up in education, so I feel like this could be somebody coming in for you to help organize yourself, or it could just be your inner Taurus if you have an element of that somewhere that's delivering a sense of well-being and purpose to you. It could also be somebody very important coming in this week that is going to give you a sense of direction or a solution to a problem you've been wondering about for a week or a month or years. But this new experience and possibilities is really strong. I think it gives you a sense, again with a 9 energy, gives you a sense of higher education, of pilgrimage, of look of how you want to be and how you want to develop things for yourself. Because it could be that you're looking at the big picture, and it could be that you're looking at something that's intricate and definite and all the possibilities coming around, but it could also be that you're being given an opportunity from this person that's coming in this week to you. It will only be evident to you if you look for the subtle messages, and like I said earlier, it will be subtle, but your possibilities are endless here. I think that you should start to feel very in control of your life. This is a new beginning on your journey, so if you trust your abilities, if you plant your seeds this month and then you willingly go forwards and nurture it and see it grow, I don't think you'll have much to worry about here. I think that there's going to be so much more and so much developing coming in that you're going to start to see this change. Excuse me, I'm overdue for my afternoon tea. So I'm getting a little bit of a frog in my throat, but I do believe that there's going to be something that gives you this release and gives you this direction, and it gives you this sense of absolute control in as you go forwards into this new beginning. But let me know, Aquarius, how things go. Thank you for being with me today, and I'm going on to Pisces. So you are my final read. Thank you very much for your patience with me if you're joining me live. Oops. If you're not joining me live, thank you very much for being here anyway. I'm doing phone readings now, by the way. Ooh. So wherever you are in the world, you can book a phone one-to-one with me, and I'll be able to do that and accommodate you. Whoa. So a load of cards just threw themselves out, so I'm just going to pick one. Alright, so you seem to want to come forwards. Oops. Shift your energy, Pisces. So these are both for one. Interesting. Okay, so these two are very, very strong. So the Magician, obviously, conscious awareness, concentration, the power within yourself, your action forwards, learning new skills as well, learning something and how to control yourself and how to behave in certain situations and how to develop your intuition, develop your skills that come naturally to you. It could be that you're very empathetic, it could be that you're very good with people, a natural counselor, somebody who takes big interest in art, or something that just feels very healing. So it could be that you're actually doing something this week in order to concentrate that power and that ability into something else. But shift your energy, I think that means that you need to focus on where you actually do that. Simply because I feel like this is going to be something that you may have struggled with recently. It could be that you're having this deeply developmental energy, or something that gives you this feeling of getting to higher ground or getting to a development state, because you are going through the finer things here. But I do think that, again, shifting your energy and applying this in a different direction could be your environment needs to change, or you've already had a trip away, or you've already had that kind of skippity somewhere else. I do feel that in order to prepare for what's ahead of you, or something that's coming through, this first week of April could be the time to clear away old things. It could be getting rid of something in your closet or something, but old habits or patterns, or if you're in a relationship that just feels like there's a cycle or there's a pattern that you keep seeing and that you're ready to release that. Not necessarily releasing your partners, but some of you do need to. Some of you need to look at things as to how they're coming forwards. Something that you're shedding in order to become, it's like kind of like you're a phoenix and you're coming out of the darkness, and you're becoming somebody new, and maybe you're outgrowing some of the people that you're around. I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm just saying this is reality. We always do this as a human nature, as we grow and expand, other people may not do it at the same rate as you. So you may find that you're being very individual and very on your own, but you need to shift your energy into something or somebody that is worth your while. Excuse me. But I do feel that you are going to heal and you're going to do things to the very best of your ability. Don't rush, you don't have to do that this week. It's just a case of finding out the new directions that you're going in and being confident about your decisions as well. But let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me, how things are going for you. And I will speak to you guys very, very soon. If you do want a reading, you can absolutely do so by emailing lorientarot@gmail.com. But thank you so much. If you like this, let me know. I will try and do this again next week.